I feel like we should know a little bit more about the must-dos because Aulani is beautiful, but I hear there's a lot to do. There are a lot of options.
There are a lot of options. The resort is amazing, and there's so many things to do for people of all ages. So there are 3 different pools. And when I say we spent 20 hours a day at the pools, I'm probably not exaggerating. From the main pool to the infinity pool to the quieter pool, back to the beach, all day long, just hopping around all these beautiful places. And beyond that, there's so many things to do to kind of immerse yourself in the Hawaiian culture. For us, we really enjoyed the ukulele lessons. I swore I was going to keep practicing, but I haven't gotten back to it yet. But it's on the agenda. There's also hula dancing lessons. There's a storyteller who comes and tells stories at night. And that was really neat for us to hear the story of Maui. That's the specific one that we listened to, and my kids were so captivated. And they're familiar with Maui. We may have watched Moana 10 million times, but to really hear it in detail from their perspective in their culture was amazing for us, and it was a good learning experience for our kids.
Yeah.
Beyond that, the scavenger hunts offered at the resort are really, really cool. You can stop by the community hall. They give you a tablet. And the tablet gives you clues and riddles to finding. We did the Menehune adventure trail. So you look for these little menehunes hidden throughout the resort, and the tablet just guides you right to them. It was good for all ages. We had kids ages 3 to 12 in our group, and every single one of them really enjoyed this.
Oh, that's so fun. Now, I know you're not the only one that's experienced Aulani.
This is true.
Doug's been there as well.
Yeah, so we went this summer with my now both teenage daughters and my wife, and we just absolutely loved it. So it was such a neat experience. We mentioned earlier, I'm more of a evening person, not a morning person. What I loved about it is it's on the Western coast. So we got the sunset views every night, just phenomenal, especially like when we were at the Kawa'a Lua, which I'm sure I mispronounced, but my Hawaiian is not particularly strong. But the luau with the sun setting in the background, the regular beach days, you're talking about the storytellers, it was such a great setting. So I really felt like I was experiencing a little more of the Hawaiian culture. We actually surprised the kids. We got an executive lanai for one of the days. So we had our own little private home base. One of my kids did nothing but explore all day long. We hardly saw her. She'd come back, get a water, eat some fruit, grab lunch with us, and then back off zipping around. The other thing that was I thought really helpful with the location of it was I made it a point. I said, we're going to go to Pearl Harbor. We really want to do it. It was so convenient. We didn't have a car the whole time we were there, but right on property, we were able to rent a car. We were at Pearl Harbor in about 20 minutes. Got to do that. We got to drive around. We got to see the North Shore. One of the things I mentioned, my weak Hawaiian language skills, one of our most fun things is they have this incredible lounge. I won't even try to pronounce the name, but the decor in it it's dedicated to learning the Hawaiian language. The decor, they'll have things like they'll have a duck, and then they'll have like a statue of a duck, and then they'll have the word for duck in Hawaiian underneath. And it's just this beautiful setting. Again, you get to watch the sunset. And we just had the time of our lives, and our girls adored every minute.
Oh my goodness.
And I think it's cool because everything is a learning experience. Like Doug mentioned about the decor, we also spent a lot of time talking to cast members at Aulani, and even our kids. Our daughter left and had decided that she wants to be a volcanologist when she grows up. And she would like to live in Hawaii and study volcanoes, all because she was speaking to a cast member about the Big Island and learning some things about Hawaii while we were there.
That's so cool. I love that both of you have children, obviously, but yours are a little bit younger and yours are a little bit older. So you've both experienced different things in the same place. Yeah. So I know, Doug, your teenage girls, they were
a little angry at them that they had aged out of the kids club. I thought that was very selfish. So we didn't get to experience that part of it. But what was neat about it, I think, was there were just, I described it as, it's like Walt Disney World. I'm going to come to Walt Disney World for 2 days and I'm going to see everything. No, you're really not enough time. There was more to do than we ever even had enough time to cover, and that's a great thing. So there was always something to keep the kids entertained. You mentioned the Menehune Trail. They loved finding the little Menehune doing their mischievous things. So, but I wish I had had a chance to experience some of the kids club stuff. I think my kids would have loved it if they were in the right age range for that.
Now my kids are grown. My kids are older. So is it still a great place to go if you have kids who are older or empty nesters for the different age groups?
It is. I think that's one of the most wonderful parts about Aulani is it's really great for all ages. And so if you have older kids who maybe just want to relax on the beach without mom, or they would maybe even like these scavenger hunts and the trails and learning the culture, the Ko Olina area itself is beautiful. There are little shops, there's dining, and there's plenty for everybody to do.
I love that. Now, so that means our older kids can go, our kids who may be teenagers can go, which I'm in the same boat. Doug.
Yep, right.
But I keep hearing about Auntie's Beach House.
Auntie's
right?
Beach House.
Yes.
Yes, Auntie's Beach House had not yet reopened when we were there.
Oh, okay.
So we left, and within 2 weeks, we booked a trip back this summer so that we can go ahead and experience Auntie's
Yes.
Beach House. There's different activities for them to do when
Okay.
they go to Auntie's Beach House, and kids ages 5 to 12 can experience Auntie's Beach House.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
we will be back, and I'll have a full report.
Perfect. But it's nice to know that that's an option. So if we bring our younger little guests,
It is,
they'll
and
have a
it gives
place to
you
go.
some time again to do some of these adult activities or just to maybe relax. And the kids aren't upset about it because from what I've heard, they just want to stay at Auntie's Beach House all day long.
I love
The
that.
food was really
Yes.
fantastic, but it was frankly, as good as the food was, a little bit about the treats, right?
The treats, yes. So, we like to do dessert before we eat the food. And Dole Whip, first of all, you can't have a Disney vacation without Dole Whip.
That's right.
So there's a stand right on the beach. They have different flavors. When we were there, they had a Stitch-themed Dole Whip and a Moana-themed Dole Whip.
Oh my goodness.
So there's really nothing better than sitting on the beach and being sandy-footed and just walking up to this shack and walking back with your Dole Whip and enjoying it on the beach. It's a little bit more magical even than a regular Dole Whip experience.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I love that. And I love that you have a lot of options, a lot of dining options. So I know your family's all about the snacks, and you told me a little story about how you guys lined up a little bit early for certain
We were
snacks.
very about the snacks. So there are so many dining options at the resort itself. You really never have to leave. And the poke bowls at Ulu Cafe, which is just the quick service restaurant right outside of the pool, were to die for. And we would send one member of our party every day at 11:20 a.m. because the poke line opened at 11:30. Our kids tried poke bowls for the first time, which was a great experience for them. And I always encourage them to try new things, and it turns out they loved it. So every single person in our group was ordering poke. You can also grab, at that cafe, you can just grab and go breakfast and quicker treats. And they do have more of your standard kid food and more basic options as well.
Right.
But that is just scratching the surface when it comes to dining at Aulani. Our absolute favorite was makahiki. And makahiki offers breakfast and dinner. And the breakfast is what we all know and love from Disney World, character breakfast.
Yes.
So we got to see Minnie, Mickey, Goofy, Donald. It was very, very cool. And we actually did this for my son's 4th birthday.
Oh.
So it was extra special. He was wearing his little pin. He got to meet the characters. And again, there are menu offerings that are very local to Hawaii. So I tried the Loco Moco
Yes.
for breakfast, and it came on top of a Spam fried rice. And it was fabulous. So it was really cool to try all of these things. And again, so many dining options. I know Doug has a bit of a passion for a certain Aulani dining
Yeah,
experience.
so actually, on one of our trips, my wife and I really enjoyed Ama. It's a little more, it's kind of their fine dining option. It has, again, beautiful view of the sunset. The food was insanely good. I think it was one of our special ones. And frankly, when we travel with our girls, we like to have a dinner where my wife and I go have dinner and the girls get to be trusted to go explore on their own too, which is nice.
That is super nice. Yeah.
I think the amount of options is great, but the fact that you can also choose your dining experience. So that was a more upscale dining experience. You can also just be sitting by the pool and go over to Off the Hook and sit there in your swimsuits and grab a bite to eat. You can grab something from the poolside bars and eat it by your seat. You can even grab shave ice,
Oh,
which is a very popular option at Aulani. It comes in many flavors. You can get multiple flavors, and it's shave ice with these cute little Mickey ears on top. So it's Mickey shaped. You can add condensed milk. So it's just a win-win. There's food and treats everywhere you go. And I think one of our favorite quick lessons that we learned in Hawaii, a little pro tip for an Aulani vacation is you can drink out of coconuts and you can drink out of pineapples. And you can
Oh.
order these at the pool bar, and even kids, you can get a Shirley Temple and a pineapple. You can get your whatever drink of your choice, a
That's
Sprite
so
and a
cute.
pineapple. And our kids loved it so much that they were just refilling their pineapples with different drinks throughout the trip until they weren't frozen anymore. So it was really cool.
Oh my
You were
goodness.
talking about drinks. One of the things that I thought was neat is for those folks who are used to going to, say, Walt Disney World, like in the resorts when you can get the refillable mug, they had the refillable mug. So our kids loved it. There were these freestyle machines everywhere. They could run up, get their own soda, take care of it. And we didn't have to like go keep buying them another one. So it was nice. It was also good budget-wise, frankly. It was
Right.
nice to have, but it was very convenient. They had the machines everywhere. So
That's so great. And just like something we're already used to here,
yeah.
it's nice to see that familiarity in
Yeah.
a place like Aulani.
Yeah, I think sometimes people may be intimidated by traveling to a destination. You know, we've talked Disney Cruise Line, we've talked Adventures by Disney, and now we're talking about flying to Hawaii. That's not always something people just pick up and do.
Yes.
So sometimes there's an intimidation factor, but that Disney difference for Aulani is the key here. And they just make it so comfortable. There's a familiarity of things we know and love. You should start by visiting the Aulani website.
Okay.
And on there you can also find a list of all the activities offered throughout the resort, including the spa and Rainbow Reef where you can snorkel.